Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so today I want to talk about being neutral, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to be neutral, but it's mostly going to be about finding a space within that really feels good. So first of all, today it is a little bit after 8 p.m. and it is 78 degrees outside. And I love it. So essentially what I want to talk about today is pretty much everything you hear from the mystics, these Buddhist monks and people who've meditated for years and years and years and done a lot of energy healing or spiritual healing. Because what I want to say is it's really not that hard getting to that space. It's really just learning how to do it. Okay, so I lowered the music a little bit and it will go down a little bit more in about 30 seconds. So you could probably tell right now I'm in a really good space right now. You can hear it and feel it through my voice. Now describing it and experiencing it are literally two different things. So just by listening to this video, the energy is like you're probably already feeling it. Your body's probably already feeling a sense of being grounded, spacious, open, and just very calm, almost like a vibrating massage. So the space I'm at right now, and I'm not always in this space, but I happen to be in it right now because I'm very grounded. I'm going to do my best to describe it. It's kind of like the image. It's just absolute clarity. On the surface level, there's a little bit of waves. And beneath it, it's just very calm. It's very peaceful. It's very solid. So here's the really cool thing. The weather outside is completely peaceful. There's no wind at all. It is absolute clear skies, clarity. It's warm. It's comforting. It's calm. So one of the reasons why I shift my videos from being very intense, loud music all the time, or fast music, is because people that have gone through narcissist abuse, they need to find that space within, that inner calm, that clarity, and that's probably the best way to explain it. It's like not just clarity, it's like visually, but it's in the space within my head, in my heart, in my throat, in my gut, in my belly. It's just clarity. So a lot of people think, oh well, you can only enter that space after you've meditated for 15 years or 20 years. No, that's not necessarily true, because I do it all the time. And yeah, I guess I am one of those people who meditated for about, I think it was 12 years before I even missed a day. But during the very tail end of that period, I began to learn what I call walking meditation techniques. Now, that's a term I heard years ago, and someone said it to me. I was like, oh, so you teach walking meditation techniques? I'm like, what are you talking about? And so they're like, well, it's what you do. So I don't know if that's absolutely true, but there are techniques you can learn to where you can go out in public and be emotionally grounded. You can literally do the techniques while you're at the grocery store, while you're walking down the sidewalk, etc. Because realistically, you have to live your life. You have to go to the store, you have to go to the gas station, you have to go to work. But you can learn how to do these techniques that I call them internal awareness techniques. They are emotionally grounding techniques. And you can set days aside where you really just want to meditate for about an hour or two, listen to calm music, do your deep breathing techniques, stretch for 30 or 40 minutes, and then do these techniques on top of that, and you can really find this space of inner peace. And yes, if you're new to this channel, this is some of the techniques that I teach. Okay, so yes, I can coach you and walk you through on how to do this. One of the things that I do when I work with you, I use my energy to guide your energy. See, if I'm not in that space myself, your energy is going to have a hard time going there just by me telling you. Now, if my energy is in a certain space, your energy, it's much easier for it to go, oh, and then gain rapport and go, okay, so that's where you're at. Now, I wrote a book a long time ago. I don't remember, 13 years ago or whatever. It's Crack the Female Code. It's a book for men on how to understand women. It's about dating, relationships, coaching, love, and understanding love, etc., etc. Now, I've had a couple clients call me and say, I don't know what happened, but your book did something to me. Now, what happened was, I'll give you one example. He said, it's like, I'm wide open. He goes, it's the weirdest thing in the world. And all of a sudden, I can talk to women, but I don't know why. I'm not using any technique. I'm just reading your book every day. When I wrote that book, it was my number one intention every day that I sat down to get into this space. So when you write someone, message someone, email someone, they're going to feel your energy through your text, through your emails. So, as I've told you in the past, one of the things I would do is I would go through songs on my computer until I found a song that I really, really started to vibe with, and I would play it over and over and over until I would burst out in tears. And I would do this in public at Starbucks. Now, I wouldn't be looking around. I'd kind of be in my own little space. But people definitely saw tears streaming down my eyes, and some people would walk up and like, hey, are you okay? And I'd say, yeah, I'm writing a book. And they're like, oh, okay. And kind of walked away confused. And, and so the message I'm sending right now is whatever emotional state that you're in, wherever your energy is at, it's going to be transferred through whatever means that you're using, whether it's a telephone, text messaging, emailing, etc. Now, this song I picked because this is what matched my energy. Like, in fact, this song really, really matches where I'm at right now. Now, here's the deal. If you are thinking about someone or, just pondering them, etc., they will feel this energy or whatever energy that you have in the moment. They could be halfway across the country. Hell, they could be on the other side of the world. And if you had a video camera on them, you could record 30 minutes leading up to when you started focusing on them. And you would watch their awareness and watch their energy shift. Okay, so I am going to give you one concept that'll help you to better understand this. So before that, one thing I want to say is the reason why I've been shifting over to really calming things down, not just today, but over the last, I would say, year plus, is because a lot of people that have dealt with narcissist abuse, you are caught up in the storm. You're up in your head. You're caught up in your parts, ping-ponging from one part to another. So what I'm doing is bringing you back down inside into your core, where it's kind of like it's the calm beneath the storm. So the storm's up at the top, where you have dropped your awareness down inside. And this is what's called being emotionally grounded. So if you go into the ocean, if there's a storm on top, we'll just drop down beneath and everything's calm. So the phrase, the calm beneath the storm, is a literal, physical, energetic, and emotional phrase. So the more we can get you to be in this spacious, solid, grounded space, the more you can begin to enjoy your life again. Because before, it's like you weren't anchored, you weren't rooted deeply within, and you were ping-ponging on everybody's energy around you. Because when you're not grounded, it's literally like in every home, on every telephone pole, there's a grounding wire that goes down into the earth, literally. I mean, a physical wire. So, okay, if you look at your, where you plug in your appliances or whatever, there's 3 holes. There's the male energy, electric side, the female, and then there's the little one on the bottom. And that is literally connected to wire and so it's three prongs that go in. So the third one at the bottom that connects to a wire that goes down into the earth and it grounds. And this is what keeps the energy and allows the energy to flow instead of being staticky and ping-ponging and sparking and jumping all over the place. So people that aren't grounded, they take on other people's energy, and it's up in their head, and it takes them all over the place, and it can be a very uncomfortable experience. So the first thing we do with people that are traumatized, say through narcissist abuse, is we get them to really learn how to ground themselves. So once you're grounded, now you can begin to heal those different parts of you that were traumatized. See, healing really is a self-healing process. I can guide you, I can use my energy to show your energy, and I'm really, really good at it. And I have a series of techniques to help you heal. Ultimately, though, it really comes down to when these parts begin to open up again, and they begin to integrate back inside you and become one with you. This literally is what Jesus Christ meant when he said to atone. This is what the Bible means when it says atonement or to atone. It means to become at one. You put those words together and it literally means atone. Now, believe it or not, just by listening to me and where I'm at in my space right now, this is making your energy to become re-aware of, oh, I remember that space. So by being in this space, it redirects your energy to come back down, to calm, to be grounded. Again, I would bet at this point in this video, at this space in this video, you're probably feeling pretty good. Now here's the concept I want to share with you. So when you find that really, really peaceful, grounded space, and you get really good at connecting with it and coming from this grounded space, you can then go to concerts, you can listen to loud music, you can jump around, you can dance. Because instead of being caught up in your head, you're doing it from this grounded space, and that's the difference. So the concept I'm going to share with you is neutrality. Just being centered, having your awareness within, just neutral, open awareness. So the old way, and literally the slave master way, the narcissist way, is push and pull energy. It's controlling. So what I'm talking about is judgment. So when you judge someone, you're coming from that linear forehead mind energy, and you're pushing your energy out there, and you're grabbing them. You're controlling them. It's like a rope. It's like a chain. You're judging someone, saying this is who they are. It's a very limited. It's like you're taking a million possibilities, a trillion, gazillion possibilities of who they actually are, and saying no, they're this one sliver. They're this one piece out of trillion. And just by talking about that little bit for 7 seconds, I started to feel my heart start to tighten up. So it's one thing to say judge not, and it's another thing to say, hey, here's how you do it. So number one, we're going to completely forget about judgment. We're going to let it go completely. Because it not only limits them, it also limits you, and it blinds you to who someone truly is. And people are more than just this one or two things that you judge them. So if you want to be safe, you want to have an awareness of all of who they are. And this is open awareness. Versus that narrow visual locking down on someone. Okay, so instead of being narrow, you expand your awareness all the way around you and all the way past them and all the way behind you. And the concept in one word is neutral. In 2 words, it's neutral awareness. And by finding this space, it is also the way that allows you to begin to heal the hurt and traumatized or emotionally traumatized parts within you. So when you come to me for healing work, whether it's energy healing or emotional healing, etc., the one thing we're going to work on over and over and over is getting you to develop these abilities, skills on grounding yourself emotionally and finding that neutral space so you can begin to have an open, neutral awareness of your parts that are hurt. Because when you come from a place of judgment, it's not just judgment. What it really is, it's the energy. It's a very finite, narrow, like laser beam energy. And you can't heal from that space. It's literally like, when you have a zit and the pore is closed or clogged, it's not open. That's the same thing as judgment or narrow energy. It can't open up to clear out the energy that needs to be cleared out. So if you can't open up and allow the bad energy to come out, you can't also allow new healing energy to come in. And that literally is, I literally just described energy healing right there. It's exactly, it's kind of gross, but it's exactly like a zit. See, when I heal your energy, all I'm really doing is opening that space so the pore can open wide open and you clear off the crud at the top of it. And so now it's open, and now the old energy can pour out. The old, the zit stuff can pour out. And then your body's blood and energy can refresh that space and the energy, and it begins to heal it. And all of a sudden, over a period of time, it's healed. So this is what I do when I work with your energy, and I begin to teach you how to create this open, neutral space. Not only for your own parts within your body, within your heart, your belly, your mind, etc., but also out in public with other people. See, judgment is both self-judgment and others' judgment. So when you learn how to come from this open space, now I don't even want to use the word non-judgment, because the word doesn't even fit in here anymore. It's like there's just this, here's what it is. You're just aware. That's all it is. And when you're around people with this open awareness, their own judgment dissipates and it goes away, at least for the moments that they're with you. And people love this feeling. They feel so comfortable when they're around you. That's, years ago, I know I've said this probably a year or two ago, but years ago, 20 plus years ago, I remember someone we were in a conversation and she said, I don't know what it is about you, but I just feel like I can just be myself. I'm so comfortable being around you. And all I'm doing is staying internal with an open, spacious neutralness. And again, I teach this in my one-on-one coaching and also in my workshop, my internal awareness and emotional grounding workshop. See, you know how they use the phrase gray rocking, like a narcissist? Really what it is because you're up in your head and you are connecting with everybody's energy, it forces you to find yourself, your core inner self, to ground yourself and to develop ways, whether it's taking naps, hot baths, yoga, massage, to ground yourself, because when you're grounded, narcissists can't connect with your energy. So it forces you to connect with yourself. All right, let's read this little, I don't know what you call this, not a meme or whatever. So it says, no one is perfect. Not me, not you, not them. If you want to live a peaceful life, accept yourself for who you are. See what it says here. And it says, and respect others for who they are. Now this is another wonderful phrase, another catchphrase or catch saying. It sounds wonderful. And people, okay, you can go on YouTube, you can go on YouTube Shorts, you can go onto TikTok. There are literally probably 1 billion people on the planet or more sharing all these wonderful phrases we've heard our entire life. It doesn't do anything, because you don't even actually understand what it means, and really more importantly, because this is where the understanding comes from, is you don't know how to do it. Because most people are in their linear logical brain reading stuff and listening to people, and that's what they're hearing. Oh, these are cool words, but they're not feeling it. They're not coming from an open space. So I'll break it down for you. So no one is not perfect, just means we're different, okay? And that's okay. If you want to live a peaceful life, accept yourself. Well, how do you do that? Literally, physically. And then it goes on to say, accept yourselves for who you are, and really respect, or it should, and the word really should be accept others for who they are. And respect their space. And that's what I'm going to share with you. That's what this concept is all about. So it's really simple. Accepting means open, spacious, expanded awareness. Coming from a place of awareness. And yes, I'll teach you how to do that in a second. See, I could have left that and said that, oh, that sounds great, open, expanded awareness. Well, if someone doesn't teach you how to do it, then it's just another cool catchphrase. Which would have left you in the messed up judgmental space that you're in the first place. So, accepting people is open and spacious. Judging people is closed and narrow, laser beam. Remember in science class when you learned that laser beam is just very concentrated energy, whereas a light bulb is spacious, expanded energy. So you can take I remember my science teacher, I heard this a couple times in class, you can take a light bulb and it's open, expanded energy. In other words, it's not concentrated, it's expanded and all the way around. And they're like, if you're on the moon, you can't see that light bulb. But if you take that same light bulb with the same energy and take all that energy and concentrate it, you can make a laser beam that goes all the way to the moon. And laser beams literally cut like a knife. And there was a song, I believe it was either the 70s or the 80s, and the main phrase was, cuts like a knife. And they meant emotionally, physically, it feels like you're cutting them and it hurts your heart. See, a laser beam literally can cut through steel. So yes, it was Bryan Adams' song, Cuts Like a Knife. And this is why people go around getting hurt all the time. So here's the cool thing. When you expand your energy, when you ground your energy comes back within and people can't hurt you. How do I explain this? Okay, so when you're internal and your awareness is expanded, they can't hurt you. So let's say you've got a brick wall. It's solid, concentrated energy. If I throw a rock at that wall, you're going to see it hurt the wall. It's going to take chunks and chips out of the wall. So if I throw a big rock really fast, it's going to hurt the wall. But if all of a sudden you expand the energy, the molecules, electrons, etc., of the wall, and it expands so much, it's like fog. When you throw the rock at it, it goes through the fog and there's no impact. And when you're coming from this spacious, expanded awareness, other people feel that as well, and it feels good. It's comforting. So here's how you do it. Okay, so let's say you're walking down the sidewalk, okay? And you're just, there's trees and birds and there's grass and there's maybe a dandelion here and there, and you notice these things, okay? There's trees every 5 feet or 10 feet on the left side of the road, the right side, and you're just walking down the road or the sidewalk or whatever. That's how you do it. You just noticed the tree. You didn't stop, look at the tree, go, pointing at the tree with anger in your head. Oh, vile tree, evil, wrong, bad. It's just a tree, man. See, you do it all the time. See, honestly, the majority of time you're walking around, you're in neutral awareness. You just didn't know it. The only difference is you're not doing it with human beings. So here's some phrases or words I want you to write down. Write down the word notice, awareness, spacious awareness, expanded. So when you're walking down the sidewalk all by yourself, no one's around, that's where you're at. There's no judgment. You're just open and expanded, and even if you don't even realize it. I mean, sure, you notice the grass, you notice the trees, you might notice the white picket fence, and you have an awareness of these things. You might even look up at the sky and have an awareness of whether it's cloudy or it's a crystal clear blue sky day or whatever. I mean, you are aware of these things, and you do notice these things. And that's all you do with other people. And that's the difference. Most people, when they see someone, they close up, they narrow down, they lock on, and it puts them in their judgmental left brain. That's what the left brain does. It's the either or processor. Once you're in that brain, you're either right or wrong, good or bad, and you're judging them, are they good or they bad? And you're limiting people down to one single possibility of only two possibilities. Good or bad, right or wrong, friend or foe. And because of that, you completely miss all their other qualities. And what's worse, the left brain is the projector brain. So you're not even seeing them. So let's say there's this person that is Mr. Perfect. And everyone is like, yeah, that person, everything, they shave every morning, they brush their teeth 3 times a day, they go to the dentist 3 times every 3 months, so 4 times a year, they eat perfectly, they do perfectly, they perfect grades, perfect this. But when you meet them, one of their shoes laces is untied, and you're like, wow, what a slob. Because you literally narrowed your focus down on that one thing, and then you generalized and said, well, this is who they are. And everyone around you like, that guy? That guy's Mr. Perfect. What are you talking about? Generally, people will project who they are. So if you're a slob, you walk around and you look at other people and go, oh, they're slobs. So when you're in your left brain, you are not only projecting who you are unconsciously, but then you're judging them through this narrow focus, because that is judgment. So let's get to the how. So one thing you do is you drop your awareness down inside your body, inside your belly, inside your chest, and then you expand it around your body, about 15-16 inches around your body. So instead of laser beaming your energy onto them, onto their eyes, onto their forehead, you bring that awareness. Imagine it coming back into your head, into your eyes, dropping down inside your body. You just let it drop down into your belly and then expand it about to like a ball of energy around you, 15 inches around your body. That's all you do. So in other words, you take your awareness or energy off of them and bring it back to you, and you become aware of your own space. You become aware of your own emotions, of your own feelings, and you become aware of what your body is noticing. So you're like, oh, my gut just tightened up when they said that. Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's how you connect to your intuition. Bring your awareness onto your own body, inside your own body. This is literally how you connect with yourself. Even to this day, I will spend sometimes every day, depending on what I'm going through, I will just lay down in bed in the middle of the day or whenever, maybe sometimes in the evening, and I'll curl up and I'll bring my awareness back into my chest, my heart, and into my belly, and then I let it go and I expand open. It's like a helium balloon on a string. I don't pull my expansion or push see, that's the left brain. I let the string go, and all by itself, the helium balloon floats up. Same thing with your energy. When you let it go, it expands all the way out where it's supposed to be. And from this space, I just notice whatever I notice. I don't say right or wrong, good or bad. I'm like, oh, okay. So my solar plexus seems to be tight right now. And the way I notice it, and now listen closely, is I notice it, or here, say it this way. I have an open, expanded awareness of it. Not in it, not to it. I'm not making connections. I'm not locking. In other words, my awareness is expanded beyond my body, maybe even to the whole room. And so it's kind of like, oh, I'm walking along, there's a dandelion to the right. I don't like lock on and focus and block out the rest of the world like I'm looking under a microscope. That's what not to do. You want to do the opposite of that. You want to get rid of the microscope. You want to push away from the microscope. You want to pull away from whatever's on the table. And then you want to expand your awareness out. This is what creates that open space for the zit to pop open and to heal, to allow the hurt and the pain to pour out. So positive awareness can go in, positive energy, and it can begin to heal it. Healing is an open expansiveness and awareness. Healing is open, sickness is closed. Judgment is closed, and acceptance is open. See, the more you learn how to have an open acceptance of yourself, where you literally just notice, like, okay, I got a feeling in my solar plexus, got a feeling on the right side of my belly, my heart's open and expanded right now, and then I've got, this little sharp pain, behind my belly button. You just have an open awareness of it, and then when you sit with it, this is called neutrality. You just have an open awareness of it where you notice it. Congratulations, you guys are now learning how to be energy healers. This is energy healing. This is exactly what Jesus was trying to say. I promise you. The Bibles that we're reading are missing information. They are not teaching the whole story. See, it's one thing to tell people to be non-judgmental. It's another thing to tell people how to do it. Jesus was a healer. Period. If you've read the Bible, you'll know that. What does he do? He goes around healing people. Everything that I'm teaching you, open awareness, noticing, being aware of, expanded awareness. This is what consciousness is. So when people walk around saying, oh, be conscious, notice how they're talking from their ego and say, so what does it mean to be conscious? 9 out of 10 of those people will never even mention, well, it's dropping awareness down inside and expanding your awareness and noticing what you're noticing. Right there, write that down. Just notice what you notice in an expanded way. Having an open awareness of yourself and others and your surroundings is consciousness. Healing is open, and it's like, imagine pipes being wide open and clean inside where energy can flow through. When you're locked down, you're tight, your muscles are tight, you're literally narrowing the arteries, you're narrowing the blood vessels, and fluid and energy and blood and healing nutrition cannot get through. Blockages is what causes illness and sickness. This is how I heal people of cancer. I just open their systems. I open their awareness. I open their consciousness. And I open the energy around their body, whether it's a solar plexus, a heart, or whatever. When you get things to open up, things begin to flow, things begin to heal. It washes things out. It washes things clean. And it brings healing nutrients and energy within. So now, the same thing you do with yourself, dropping your energy, your awareness down inside, expanding your awareness, having a more expansive awareness, you do the same thing with people. So instead of going eyeball to eyeball, forehead to forehead, what you do is you expand your awareness out. So when let's say I'm at a grocery store and I'm talking to someone, my awareness goes all the way past them. Your awareness should go at least 4 or 5 feet beyond them and expand 4 or 5 feet to the left, to the right, up, and then behind you. If I'm at a grocery store, my awareness goes all the way. It could be 50 feet to the wall behind them, 50 feet to the left, 50 feet to the right. But you're like, well, what if the glass windows are just like 10 feet to the right? I'll expand it out into the parking lot. I'll expand it up all the way to the ceiling. I expand my awareness. And what this does is it gives them space to freely move and walk around and be who they are. When you do this, people feel comfortable with you. If you catch yourself going eyeball to eyeball like you're looking into their eyes, do not do that. That is rude, that is controlling, that is slave master energy. Stop it. And you're not aware of them. And when people are not aware of, they get upset. It's like, well, you're not even aware of what I'm saying because you can't see my body language because you're so narrow. Again, drop your awareness down inside you, and like a circle that expands or a ball that expands all the way around you, front, left, right, and back, you expand it all the way out, at least 7, 8, 10, 15, 20 feet or more, and also going up. And remember, it expands behind you all the way back. And from this space, you're just noticing the way they move their hands, the way they're smiling. You just have like an open, comfortable, neutral awareness of them. Now, I teach this to men in Crack the Female Code class in the course. So a lot of people are like, wait a minute, so this is energy healing? Yes. This is what you teach in a dating class? Yes. Because it allows women to feel comfortable. Most men lock down and I want to make her mine. It's a controlling mindset. I'm teaching men how to let go of this manipulative, controlling, I'm going to pay for dinner, she owes me sex, it's the either or, back and forth. It's that linear, logical, front to back energy. We're not doing that anymore. We're doing this internal spiraling, expanding awareness energy. So I teach this to men in Crack the Female Code course when they really like a woman. I go, the difference is, I go, okay. So let's say we're in public. I go, so see that woman to your right? They're like, oh yeah, I didn't notice her before. I go, exactly. That's how you should talk to a woman. Like you have an open, expanded awareness of her. So when I even pointed her out, he didn't look at her and lock on. He just like had an open awareness. He's like, yeah, because he wasn't interested in her. It wasn't his type. So I said, you do the same thing when you talk to a woman you like. You allow your awareness to expand beyond her and beyond yourself and just have an open awareness of her so you can get to know her. See, a lot of people go, oh, you do energy healing, that's weird. Yeah, that's right. I teach people how not to be slave masters anymore. That's weird. You know? And it's like with men, they're like, well, what do you mean? Like, what are you teaching men? I'm teaching men how to respect women's space, how to respect women's energy and emotions, etc., and to have an open awareness of women. Name one woman. I would like to see one woman say, oh, I don't like that men are aware and aware of my emotions or understanding my body language. Yeah, I don't like it when men are aware of me. Bullshit. I teach men how to have a conscious, open, expanded awareness, not only of her, but of the interaction between the two. This is how you get to know someone. This is how you tune into the energy of, do we match up? Is our energy on the same wavelength? Is this a good match or not? Versus, oh, she's hot, I want to get her to bed. See the difference? There's a reason why relationships go to hell after 2 or 3 years. It's because men are coming from this linear, logical place of, I'm going to pay for this, she's going to give me sex. Honestly, guys, that's prostitution. It just flat out is. It's like, well, I paid for an expensive dinner. And most men think the more money you pay, the more she owes. Not a single woman on the planet wants to feel like she owes you sex. That's a horrible concept. And she doesn't want to trade sex for money. She wants to connect with you mentally, emotionally, and physically from an open, expanded awareness, from consciousness, from love. What I'm teaching you right now, this is Christ consciousness. It's expanded internal awareness. And that's what a woman wants from a man, to be able to connect on this level. I mean, it feels good, this open, expanded awareness. I mean, how do you feel after listening to this video? It just feels good. It's comforting, and people like to be around that. Hey, God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I do coach and teach this. It is a process, it's a development, etc. God bless you guys. If you like this video, please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment. And again, if you want, there is a donation link. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box beneath the video. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.